Oh, whoa. I have a question, chat. What's this? What's this? It's a cat. It's a cat who's the mascot for a bear. My branding is very confusing. Anyway, hello, chat. Hello, chat. Hello. Hello, chat. How are we doing tonight? It's the Steam Spring Sale. So, you know what that means, chat. It means I spent money. I spent money, chat. I spent money and I bought PowerWash Simulator. Isn't that a hoot? Isn't that a riot? Anyway, I launched the game already. I gave it a small, tiny test drive. I gave it a small test drive just to see, hey, is it actually going to run? Because I play games, I try to play games on stream, and then those games ended up not running well. And that made the stream bad, but I made sure it ran well. I just goofed around in one of the free play levels and one of the bonus levels. So, aside from that, I'm going in as blind as I can, given I watched videos of these levels when they came out. But I don't remember any of them. I don't remember any of them, chat. So here we are. Here we are. Doing the thing. And we're letting the song play out. Do 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 do. No. There we go. To the game. To the gameplay. Away we go. Career mode. I haven't. I haven't played through any of these. I played a little bit of the Mars Rover one because that's there, but I haven't actually cleaned any of it. So let's do this. All right. Great news. Finally found a van for you at the auctions under your budget. Don't freak out when you see it. It looks like it's just been dredged from the bottom of a lake, but that's a good thing. It meant no one else bid on it. They missed out. Underneath that hideous layer of gunk is your perfect workhorse. Engine's a dream. No rust. There's even equipment in the back. Just needs good hosing down and you're in business. You'll certainly earn your pressure washing stripes getting this thing clean. Oop. That's a lot. Ooh, that is a lot of controls. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Tutorials, yeah. All right. Let's start with the. Oh, there we go. We got our little thing. Show the dirt. Yep. Game mode. Nice, nice, nice. Stuff we gotta do. Anything else? That's it. All right, that's it. So I think I'm just gonna start on very simple, just on the top. I'm hitting my head. That's why. It begins. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. That seemed a little bit loud. That. All right. Anyway, I'm thinking a like a not a circular pattern, but just a perimeter pattern. You know. Okay. That. Yeah, that got it out. Okay. Nice. seeing what all the hype's about. It's about dang time. Definitely missed some, so we're gonna go back a little bit. Drop that edge. There we go. That's nice. Oh god. Now you guys get to see how compulsively I press control all of the time. Just like mowing the lawn. Right? There's the roof. So that's the whole body. So I guess for now, we're gonna get back to it, but that's the roof done. Hey, we did it. We got our first pop. Nice. End up dinging the mirror, so might as well get that. While we're on it. Go. Yeah, so I basically just decided to buy a bunch of games that I know don't have any respect for my time. I'm gonna lose so much time playing these, but honestly, it might be worth it. Because one of the other games I bought was Cookie Clicker. You want to talk about a game that is designed to make you lose whatever time you have left on this earth? That is Cookie Clicker. There we go. Got one more, and that's all the tires. And I wanna. There we go. Wait, there we go. Let's just laser all that off. Yeah, it's definitely not as effective. Oh, the 25 degree. Oh yeah. And there's one thing I want to do. Can we? Is it possible for us to? Oh no, we're gonna need a much. We're gonna need a much bigger surface to do that. We'll do that later. Nice. Let's get whatever we can see the backside while we're back here. Clean as a whistle. You would barely able to be tell it's filthy until you turn. Let's get this window all clean. There's a removals van outside my neighbor's place. They're probably going. Whoever moves in there is going to need a quality pressure washer. Foreshadowing. I love it. Probably get while I'm thinking about it. The wing mirror. Edit. It's gonna. I feel like there's gonna be so many points during this where I just go silent because I could just get distracted by the washing. Does his name want me to think something? Do you need me to think something up? I'm phenomenal. I thought grouting Thomas for the Tyler, and she's never looked back. The bonnet, the bumper, and the body. On reflection, the Bonnie Tyler might have been a better fit. We basically just need to get just the side. Nice. Do it. Hell yeah. Extraordinary Dr. PowerWash. I got your details from Front Harbor. I could really do the hand at my place when you're free. There we go. We got our van. Nice. How's that? Um, nice. Get washed. You know what? No. Salutations, brand new hood ornament. Yeah. It doesn't even. Oh, it doesn't show the thing there. Looks a little goofy, but all right. Does it soon be found on the gram? Pinged you 100 left over from what you gave me, so that should help get you off the ground. And remember with the fans coming about a sturdy backyard. Tell them to give you a shout. Looks like you got your first customer. Woo! I got the back garden. So we got all this. That's what is that soap? Medium, heavy, and professional duty. Now let's treat ourselves to some extensions. All right, the back garden. That could be like a challenge because I'm pretty sure I've got the dirtiest backyard you've ever seen. This is not me bragging, by the way. I had nothing to do with it. I just moved back to town for a bit to help my folks, who are both down to their last knee, and ran into what I thought was a great little place. So the question why there weren't any garden picks in the ad. They must have bred rhinos here or something. And my girls are trying to get back out there. I don't want them still itching when they get back inside, so please do your thing. There's a big list. Big list. Oh boy. Oh. We've got the. Ooh. Okay. I suppose no better place to start than the fence gate. It's right here. Let's clean all the stones in the path as well. Okay. Funnily enough, my first girlfriend, Florian Perez, used to live here back in the day. Those were good times. Honestly, the thing I'm really surprised about is that I didn't really have to like turn down many settings for this. Like I always end up playing in windowed mode, 720p, but like honestly, I didn't have to. I almost always like turn off all anti-aliasing, turn off all shadows. But this is running pretty well. Very happy about that. Oh, that works. Cool. Nice. I wonder, are we able to? Let's see. What's the size on this? I think we can do it. Looks like we did it, Chit. Yeah, we drew him. Did a little guy. Did a little Daxon. It's look it me. Okay. Anyway, this fence post and work backwards from there. Goodbye, little guy. Goodbye, water. Goodbye, PowerWash Daxon. We didn't know you for very long, but I'm sure we all enjoyed the time we spent together. Ah, kill. Yeah, and he's gone. Nice. All right, that's the start of a very long process. Let's place you. Let's just place you over in the grass for now. Let's get these stones. Start up here and get these stones. Nice. And since we already accidentally sprayed this a couple times, might as well. Hey Ava, welcome. Enjoy the lurking. This is going to be a very chill stream, as you could probably guess. Oh, where did I miss? There we go. All right. I was gonna say as long as you look this way, it looks fine, but no, still gotta get the patio. Unless we, yeah, right here. That's it. As long as you don't look at any one whole thing, it looks fine. The patio is like the big thing. I want to save that for last. Absolutely vibe time. Should I get on the lo-fi playlist? Because I feel like honestly the ambient noise that's already in the game is really good for this. I obviously like I think this is like perfect game to like, hey, if you have questions you want to ask them and all that. We are staying focused. There we go. Oh, here's the thing. So there may not be a stream. There may not be a stream on Thursday. I was told by my professor, one of my professors, that instead of having class on Thursday, he wants us to attend an event. We were supposed to sign up for it, but by the time we got into class and he told us about it, the signups were closed. So, like, I'll make an announcement once I know a bit more. But yeah, there might not be anything Thursday. Don't get your hopes up. Okay. Weird hit boxes on the flowers, I guess. There we go. Good. All good. I have a show that day. Good luck with your the show. I know you work more of like the technical side of it and stuff, but I imagine it's not that easy to like keep it in a consistent like manner. If that makes sense. Is what I'm saying makes sense? Do you get what I'm trying to say? What you do is probably hard. So congrats on being able to do it consistently. On the wall cap. Oh, it's the underside. Yes. Okay. There we go. That's another thing. Gotta get the edge of all this first. So, chat, what have you been watching? What have y'all been watching, chat? Because what my brain keeps telling me is like instinctively I want to just like start watching something in the background while I do this. Because it's that kind of game. It's turn your brain off and consume some content kind of game. But I am the content, so I can't do that. So what have y'all been watching recently? Just want to get like this edge bit. I'm not doing the patio yet. I'm just getting this. I mean, we might as well get all of the edging while we're in here. Anime, too many to keep count. Understandable. Um, I've got a couple things I've been watching. The big thing I've did was I rewatched the. Have you seen the Quentin reviews like Nick Saga where he talks about iCarly then Victorious and is talking about Sam and Cat? He hasn't. He still needs to do a part two to that one as well. That's the thing. I don't know why. I went into my rewatch. I had completely forgotten that the Sam and Cat video only covers like the first half. I totally forgot. I don't know how I forgot too. Like he, one thing Quentin kept like Quentin reviews kept bringing up in the video was like, oh, people are like, oh, well, it's only one season. It can't be that bad, and then revealing that it's one season of 35 episodes. And I was like, and I found myself, even though I've like already seen the video thing, it's like, oh well, one season, 5 hours should be enough to cover that. Because it's like, oh, he's covered two seasons in like way less time than that. Surely this can't be that much for a show that's only like can't be too much longer, right? And then I was presented with the fact that we we're like basically just halfway through. Convinced that if I just get the edge. There we go. I'm gonna work from here and then we're gonna go and get all of that edging out of the way. Bring back memories. I have not seen those shows in a while. Yeah, no, I. That's the thing. I think I've watched through those videos because I've seen them multiple times each at this point. I know this was only my second viewing of the Sam and Cat video, but I know I've seen the rest of them multiple times in full. I The thing is, since it's like over a day's worth of content, I'll usually just like start watching them like when I clock into one of my shifts at work, and then I'll just kind of like leave it on for a while, and I'll watch it throughout like multiple shifts. And it's just really nice, just background noise. Just really nice. There we go. I think we're getting all the trim first. That's what I said. Getting all the trim first. Nice. Now let's go up. There's no game set. That would be on my end. It's That's weird. Normally there's just been no. Okay, there's been no game sound for the last 45 minutes. Oh well. Yeah, I'm sure that's made me sitting in silence, staring at the game, so exhilarating. Also, Ava, I mean, think about it. If you can hear my voice, then you should also be able to hear this. I'm not putting that against you, though. That would thank you for pointing that. I wouldn't have noticed. That's the thing, because the issue is always with my microphone. It's always my microphone that is never working. So it's like, oh, microphone's working. All right, cool. Of all things, I expect my headphones to be working all the time. Now we can hear all the sound effects. Oh no, that means all the the musical fade out at the beginning also looks off. That's a shame. That's a shame. Ooh. Now we've just got this little bit. Okay, we're gonna have to do it like this then. This works. Uh oh. Falling off. Oh no, hiccups. Oh god, why am I hiccuping? Oh god, why? All I've had to eat is some pasta. There we go. And let me... Alright, let's get a look at our progress so far. Nice. Look at that. What a view that is. I'm only 17% of the way. So yeah, this is gonna be a long level. Anyway. Oh. What next? Suppose, I guess we just, because again, I said that I want to do the patio last, because patio's big. Let's start back here. We kind of touched on, like, the patio, so let's end up that. One thing I want to do, though, I don't know if I'll do it this week, because this week is shaping up to actually be a little bit busy for me. In my Discord server, which, if for those of you who are watching and you're not in the Discord server, link is in the description. What I want to do is, I'm considering doing like a watch party in my Discord server. The one available to the public. I have something in mind. I'm not gonna say it out loud, though. I'm gonna watch this. Actually, speaking of series, you know what else I've been watching? I've been watching Taskmaster. I've been watching Season 13. I believe Season 14 is the one airing right now, so... I know for the past couple years, Taskmaster has been, like... uploading, like, full free episodes right to their YouTube channel, so... Here we go. Ooh, that's trick. Oh, that's a little dastardly what you're doing there, PowerWash Simulator. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You're making it difficult. You're making it difficult. Why are you making it difficult? Why can't I just take it out and wash it and then put it back in? Because it's actively plugged in. Look at me getting distracted. That's proper shiny, ain't it? Yeah, so Taskmaster, it's a British show, one of them ones that you'll hear about being on Channel 4. There we go. And I've been watching through season 13 as the episodes come out. I decided to... Oh, what's up? You do bikes? I accused someone running their thing over my deadbeat dirt bike. Ooh. Yeah, so I was in between classes today. Oh, and we climbed up and down the rock and all day, pretending we were rumbling Mount Rushless, and the pond was the crater. Yeah, so I was showing it to some of my fellow commuters. No idea how we explain the fish being there, though. So what would happen? Your sound is now a little louder than your mic. Okay, yeah. We can just turn that down then. Not that low. That's probably better. Yeah. Volume control is going to consistently be my least proficient aspect in content creation. I'm never gonna get a handle on volume control. Not for a lack of trying, it just ain't my forte. There we go. So, awesome. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Big preach. Okay, so... right there. There we go. Trolley clean. Yeah, so I was showing Taskmaster to some of the other commuters, and I have never felt more embarrassed to like something. Because, you know, obviously food... Freudian slip, because what I'm reading. Humor is subjective. I think we can all agree on that, you know? Your sense of humor may not line up with somebody else's, and that's okay. But, God, they were... That's the thing. At first, they were making jokes about, you know, this show's not really funny. Also, I didn't say, oh, this is the funniest show I've ever seen. It's like, I like watching this show, and I find it funny. There's a difference. I think this is all done. Nice. But, like, by the end, like, there was one who, like, throughout the whole thing was cracking jokes about it, but by the end, most of the other people were, like, watching it and enjoying it, and I was happy about that. A second episode, like, auto-played, but I had to go to class, so I didn't watch it with them. I just kind of left it there. I did turn off the autoplay, though. But it was on, like, the computer that was in there that I was playing it on, connected to a TV, so I'm like, yeah, it's probably fine. Ooh, birdhouse. Yeah, I've been quite enjoying Taskmaster, aside from all that. Alright, Toy Car, you're next. can't believe I forgot what I literally just said. It's not even in one ear, it's out the other. That never reached the ears in the first place. It just left. Abandoned ship. I don't know, Taskmasters. Yeah, Taskmaster's a show that I quite enjoy. Show, but I turn off autoplay. YouTube has some odd things my does. I usually leave autoplay on, but I try to turn it off when I go to bed. Because what will always happen if I leave autoplay on is I will go to bed, and then I will wake up, and I will see that I've finished watching a video that's like 3 hours long. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Gotta turn that out of my watch history. Get 'em. I love looking at that, seeing the little line where the backsplash didn't really catch it. Quite funny. Chain over here. Yeah, I'm considering doing a watch party in my server. I will definitely announce if I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do better than my streams. Which, even though I host them at the same time, I only ever announce them like 10 minutes before they happen. I do not plan ahead. And that frame all done up. Nice, nice. Let's get the underside of the roof next. Then we can bring these steps over. What? There we go. We're laying. Absolute lay moment. So, this is something I've mentioned a couple times. I'm playing through the entire Yakuza series in my free time. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think I can stream that game series. There's a lot of really graphic shit that happens in that game. Some of which can't be really censored live. I've been playing it in my free time. God, this game is insane. So, one thing that's kind of what I'd say a trope in terms of the Yakuza side quests. A lot of them are just interesting situations or flat out jokes that lead to a fight. That's usually my expectation going into some, side quest. That it's like, oh, this is just a joke that's going to lead to a fight. One of the first ones in the game that you come across, I thought was one of these, to sort of like, I thought it'd be like, oh, a nice little thing to introduce us to what we should expect from a lot of sub-stories. Not all of them are, like, jokes that lead to a fight. Like, for example, I was doing one before stream, and it was like, oh, there's this, like, guy who's famous in Korea, and you've got to give him a tour around Kamurocho. Like, that's nice, that's simple. But this one, it was like, sir, we have invented, we're trying to keep public bathrooms clean, so we've invented toilets. And then I was like, oh, this is probably just some, like, jokey thing that's going to lead to a fight. And then an instructions screen for a minigame popped up. I was like, oh, this isn't a joke. This is a gameplay mechanic. This is going to be here the entire game, huh? So what it is like, over time and through drinking things, your sensor gets more points, up to like 3,000. And at any time, you can go to one of the club sagas in the game that has it, and you can play toilets. And it's a mini game. It sure is the mini game in Yakuza Kiwami 2. And if you do a good job in one of the two mini games, whichever one you choose, then you get a little reward. I keep getting insecticide. I need to start using that in battle. It's just very, very interesting. One thing I didn't expect, though, was, honestly, like, the change from, what there was in Zero and Kiwami to everything about Kiwami 2. It was so different, I just didn't really know what to make of it, One thing I like, though, is how some of the side quests, what they do, is if you complete them, it's like, oh, this NPC is now your ally. What that means is that unlocks a brand new heat move and a brand new special move. And it's like, hey, if you are in this area of this map, then you can go... If you're fighting in this area of the map, you can press the special attack button, and your ally will chuck you something and let you hit people. Sometimes it's as simple as, a bat, and it plays like the animation that would play for that thing, but does a bit more damage. Other times it's like, oh yeah, hit them with a plunger that's just been used. And smack them. It's like, oh, that one comes from a janitor, though, so it's fine. But it's still like, oh, these are interesting. Interesting little things to unlock. The leveling system is, like, super different, though, so... It's been interesting adjusting to that system. Of how they do XP. It went from, like Zero had, like, oh, you just spend money. Because the whole point is, like, oh, yeah, you're running these businesses, so... So, while you're... while you're running these businesses, it's like you can take all that money and you can just like pump it into learning your abilities. Like, and it's like, okay, that's fine. I understand why the system is here. Then in Kiwami, they change it so it's like, okay, no, we're not doing that anymore. Now you get XP for fighting enemies and completing quests. And if you get enough XP, you get a skill point, and you can spend skill points on, relearning your moves. Like, yeah, hey, that's fair. I'm a fan of that system. We get the tops of these and the backs. Boop boop. That's all clear. Gotta go get these next. But here's what the XP system in Kiwami is. Because they don't really explain it that well, in my opinion. They just don't really explain it that well. In Kiwami, there are 5 different types of XP. There's 5 different little XP groups. And consuming different products or like going to restaurants to eat, like they all give you different amounts of the 5. Like some of them don't give any to some of them only give to one, stuff like that. That's weird. And then each individual skill has its own requirements for how much XP of each type you need. Some of them you only need 1. Some of them you need all of them, and one of them in an incredibly high amount. It's an interesting system. Am I a fan of it? Not really, but I don't hate it. Because it's like, oh, if you do a fight, well then you just get like 13 pucks in each category or whatever. It's like, it's just interesting. Yeah, there's a few stings. Now we gotta get the trim. Gotta get the underside as well. There we go. There's this one tweet I saw a little bit ago that was talking about, it was basically the person just airing their personal grievance of they don't really like when people start a game series. Like, they were talking about, because was with some games having attack animation that look like they can level a city block, but they only do 5% damage. Dissonance, I guess. I mean, like, obviously it's like you gain your power through scaling and all that. But it is very interesting. Honestly, I think it can be quite a funny gag if the whole point is that it's the super over the top attack that barely does anything. I can understand why it'd be a little annoying. I mean, I don't really know where I can say much on that front, considering, again, the game's... No, hang on, no, I'm getting distracted, Fuck, oh. So they were talking about Yakuza. They were basically saying they didn't like that, there were people who started... Basically, they're saying they don't like that there are people who started with Like a Dragon. And it's an interesting take to me. Like, I'm not going to say I can't see where they're coming from. Because it's like, you know what, yeah. As somebody who is currently playing through the game in, like, their proper timeline order, I can kind of see where he's coming from. Like, if I started with some of these games, I mean, obviously there'd be, like, huge, huge spoilers for things that happen in the games that come before them. Because, obviously, they've got, the Foundation. Get that. Obviously, if it's, one long-running series with a continuous story, then they're not going to just be like, anyway, all that stuff that happened before, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. And it's even like, I want to say, oh yeah, you should play... Like, oh yeah, it's totally fine if you start with, like, Kiwami instead of Zero, because Zero's technically a prequel. But honestly, like, even playing 2, because after Kiwami and Kiwami 2, it's just 3, 4, and 5 remastered, and then the 6th game, which didn't get a remaster because of its recency. Because Like a Dragon is only the 7th game, so, I can see why they wouldn't feel the need to remaster it. I should have picked it. I saw it in, like, a store. That's the thing. I saw it, Yakuza 6 in a GameStop recently. Part of me wanted to get it, but the other part of me is like, I bought the Yakuza Remastered Collection months ago, and I still haven't touched it because I haven't beaten 2 yet. Like, I bought it when I was still playing through Zero, and that was in, like, January. I bought that knowing I wasn't going to touch it for a while. So maybe that's why I'm holding out on also sinking money into getting 6. Because 6 is the only game I don't own in some capacity. Like, I own a Steelbook version of Kiwami. And I own 0 and 2... Yeah, so I own Kiwami digitally, and I own the Remastered Collection, which is 3, 4, and 5. And then I digitally own 0, 2, and Like a Dragon. And now we should be able to start getting the shed. Let's move this out of the way. Oop. But anyway, it's like, it felt so weird to me that, like, this is the series you're having this take with, because that's the thing about Like a Dragon. Like a Dragon is... Yakuza Like a Dragon is fundamentally meant to, like, soft reboot the series with the new protagonist, Ichiban Kasuga. I think that's the whole point. Like, the whole point is that, basically, for the entire run of the game, for the entire run of the Yakuza series, essentially, Ichiban has been in prison. So he doesn't know any of the events of the game. They all passed him by. And, like, that's the point. That's the entire, like, bit. So, it's this recurring joke of, like, when a character from the series shows up, he doesn't know who that is. He's got no clue. Like, obviously the audience knows, but it's like that's the whole point. It's like it's meant so that like there's a little bit, but you don't have to know pretty much anything about the Yakuza series to enjoy the game, really. It's just a brand new story. Like, obviously, like, knowing who Kiryu is, knowing who Majima is helps, but it's like, for example, here's something I didn't expect. One of the things I remember is when you unlock the summon system in, like, a dragon, which is this phone app thing called Pound Mates. Pound is in, like, fighting, like, punching people. And, like, your first summon is Gary Buster Holmes, which is a guy with spike balls on his hands. I did not know that Gary Buster Holmes was a character from, like, Kiwami until I played through it. Or maybe... Like, I did not know that was a character from the series. I thought it was just, like, a new guy. And then I saw him in, like, Kiwami. I'm like, oh my god. If anything, like, playing through Like a Dragon has given me a greater appreciation for these games, because it's like, oh wow, look at all these, like, series elements that have carried over since then. Stuff like that. One thing I'll never forget about, like, my time playing Like a Dragon, though, is I remember in the start there's this, like, chase section. Literally just a section where the gameplay mechanic is you're chasing after this guy. And I remember spending basically the entire game thinking, wow, that was fun, when are we going to do that again? Not knowing that that only happens once in the entire game. And that's it. So I assume that that's like a thing introduced in one of the later games. Because, like, why would they create that entire mechanic only to just use it, like, once at the beginning of the game and then never again? Yeah, it's like, there's certain story elements, like, in Zero, the business you run as Majima is a cabaret club. Club Sunshine. And in Yakuza Kiwami 2, they bring that back. So that's, a business minigame you can do again. Well, it's the one you can do in Sotenbori. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, I should probably... I'll leave the door for last since I've already done so much work on the shed. And, so when they bring it back... oh, hey, Doc, bumped into the park board and he definitely needs your help. Ooh. Good to know. So it's like, it turns out, when you do this, and you start managing, as Kiryu, you start managing Club 4 Shine, the first, like, platinum girl, or, platinum, like, cabaret girl, you're able to use in Zero. Well, she's older now, so she's managing this new club, and I'm like, oh, that's super cool. And it's like, that's not something I would have been able to recognize if I hadn't played the first, if I hadn't played the prequel, Zero. But, conversely, like, I never, like, it's not like, oh my god, look, it's her, don't you recognize her? Because, I mean, that's the whole point, like, Kiryu wouldn't know who she is. Because technically you do go to Sotenbori during Zero. But you can't enter the cabaret club. You can't enter Club Sunshine while you're there. Because I tried. I checked. So, like, he wouldn't know. Right. Is all of that really okay? Let's get the lawnmower first, because that doesn't. It's like a lot for the percentage meter to be. We've been on this level for all this time, and we're only at like 40%. I've been playing more Dead by Daylight recently, and also like I've been playing a lot of League, specifically Teamfight Tactics, because like the season ends in like I don't know 6 hours maybe, and for me when it comes to games, I will only ever like buy the battle pass if I complete it first. Like I don't want to be one of those guys who buys it early on and then I just never use it. Because in most of these games, you can't, like, replenish it. It's almost impossible to replenish all your currency. The one exception I make to this is, like, with Fortnite. Because with Fortnite, and I haven't played Fortnite in a long time. I stopped playing Fortnite a long time ago. With Fortnite, I have a Founders account. So what that means is I bought Save the World before it was permanently discounted and basically discontinued by Epic. I'm still so upset about that, and it's like I understand why they put all their focus into Battle Royale, because that's what was making them money. But man, you know, when when Battle Royale eventually dies because you know, eventually something's going to usurp Fortnite. It can't stay on top forever. The only reason Minecraft got popular again was because Fortnite died. Or it's because, well, I don't know, I guess I'd attribute to, like, Season 2, or Chapter 2, Season 1, where they had, like, no updates, and it was a 4-month-long season. Alright, let's round things out down here, I guess. Ooh. Oh, that is supposed to be an entirely different color too. All that underside, so it's easier to do. Yeah, battle passes, because so it's like in Dead by Daylight. It's like I've been playing, but I think I'm basically at the final tiers, but I'm only gonna get it if I get like all the bonus cosmetics. Like because like with most battle passes, I will rarely do it for like League's Teamfight Tactics one because you don't get any currency in that one. But it's like I enjoy systems where at the very least you can get all the premium currency back if you know spend it. Or if you complete the battle pass, you get enough of your currency back to like buy the next one. Like with Dead by Daylight, I'm a lot more likely to do it since you get all the auric cells back from just like purchasing it. I like Fortnite system because you know Fortnite with the early ones, it was like you could only get it with if you spent money on V-Bucks, but like hey, they had a couple free V-Bucks in there every time. So like, you know, I respect that. Shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, I feel like we're making a huge chunk of progress right now with this. Now that we got like a nice flat surface to work with. Also, we gotta get a bunch of the nitty gritty there, but. Oh, there you go. Nice, there's the rim. Let's see. There are two other games I got that I didn't mention. I mentioned I got PowerWash Sim, as you can see. I also got Cookie Clicker. I got two other games as well. All that down there. That's and then this side. This side is always important. I got Gunfire Reborn, because, you know, if you're a regular save state viewer, you know how much I love roguelikes, roguelites. I bought it because I'm like, oh, I quite enjoy this. I played, like, a run-through of it, and I'm like, I enjoy this. Nice. I like this. There we go, that's where the one ends and the other begins. Yeah, we might as well get this bit while we're like right here. The rest of it we can leave over there, but for those, let's just get it now. In the last game I got myself another roguelike. For this one, it's more of like it's like Vampire Survivors, but you're a necromancer. So like instead of like, oh, you collect gems and you get weapons, you collect the bones of your enemies and you turn them into minions. You know, I like that. I think it's cool. I'm a big enjoyer of that. That was another pond liner. Let's get that out of the way. I don't know if that game is enough for me to want to like make a video or anything on it, but it's another game that I'm definitely like keeping played in my free time. I made a bit of a gambit. So for those of you who don't know, my birthday is April 22nd. So in just about a month, what I did. And I'm turning 21, which is huge, huge number. That's big. 21, that's the America drinking age. I don't plan on drinking though. It's just context. think this map's big. Wait, there's way bigger. This game. Oh yeah, this is gonna be like. I mean, yeah, that's the whole. I mean, I'm being weaned into it, I suppose. Slowly working my way up in terms of power washing. Yeah, so I see. No, my birthday's in a month. And I'm the kind of person who I never know what to get, you know. Every week I go out to lunch with one of my grandmas. I alternate between which grandma I go to lunch with. And I never know what to get. We usually end up going to the same thing every time. My dad's side grandma, we go to this local diner. And then my mom's side, we usually go to like IHOP or something. There's a lot of stuff like on there. Oh, it's just like a lot of stuff in between like the cracks. Uh, oh. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go over here. Let's go to this side. Go grab the step ladder. Yes, so I never know what to get. But I saw, oh, in the Steam Spring Sale, they're doing. Actually, hang on. Let's wash this off. You can spin. The best of our ability, we can spin. There we go. Durable parasol, I'll tell you what. God, I gotta give like my fingers a stretch. Oof. This is not a marathon game, I tell you that much. Also, again, I love that because it's like here you can see, ah, yeah, this is where they blasted, and then you look and you just see that. I love seeing that. I find that so funny. Stuff like that. Like the outline of where it was cleaned a little bit. We're just gonna do up and down. We're not gonna do like the spiral thing because it'd be a lot harder with the pole in the way. It's all cleaned. Yeah, so I saw, hey, it's the spring sale and the Steam Deck is on sale. So why not try? So what I did, hang on, I got this. I got this. I can do this. I can fit myself in there. Yeah. No, it's gonna make me keep pulling it up. I took the link and I sent an email to my dad. And I was like, hey, I know my birthday's coming up. You know my birthday's coming up. You're probably thinking about it. And I never know what to ask. So like, hey, what if? You know, just what if? What if you got me a Steam Deck? That was my proposal. I was like, hey, what if you got me a Steam Deck for my 21st birthday? Because I know you probably have no idea what to get me. And like, hey, look, it's on sale too. So, if you're a finder general, get your details from a certain Harper Shaw, as there is an alleged dirt problem at the local playground. So I dream every at the auctions will frame me like a coffee pie on wheels. Thanks, Harper. Don't know whether to drive it or lick it. That's nice, Harper. That's nice. Fortunately, it sold for a crazy amount, but the dream lives on. Damn, Harper, that's a shame. Here we go. Again, I love how that looks. The chairs. Boop. Yeah, no, I basically just went like, hey, can you get me Steam Deck? And this thing, I also ended up texting him after, being like, hey, I don't know if you saw this email I sent you, but it contains the thing I want for my birthday. You know, making sure you see that. And he was like, you know what, I am thinking about your birthday. I will look into this. So I'm not saying it. I mentioned it to my brother, and he seemed like flabbergasted. Literally flabbergasted. There's no better word I can use for it. Flabbergasted. When I told him what the price of a Steam Deck was, he was like, "Oh, there's no way he's gonna get that for you." But I'm like, "Hey, here's the thing. It seems incredibly unlikely. Like it seems like there's almost no chance in hell that he's actually gonna get it for me. But what if he does?" Right? What if he does? That's what I'm thinking. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna send an email. You're like, hey, here's the thing I want. This is what it does. This is why I want it. And you know, if he buys it, then that's awesome. And if he doesn't, well, I kind of understand. I kind of understand how unlikely it is that he's gonna get it. So I'm not setting my expectations particularly high. It'll be really cool if he gets it, but I'll understand if he doesn't. It makes sense. I understand. Bam, that's all 4 chairs. So now, we've just got the patio, we've got the steps, which we're doing after. So I guess we're getting the fence next. Already gotten a decent chunk off. Just from washing the table and the chairs. So, you know, this is simple. Turn to form, really. But yeah, so and that's the thing. It's like I don't want to bring it up to him because that's the whole point. I'm like, hey, I like my one reminder was like, hey, I sent you the email, so you have that. So it's a matter of did he read it and is he actually gonna get it? Because I'm not gonna pry because what the deck can do is a good price. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping he, like, Dream is obviously the most expensive one, the most expensive model. Ideal is the middle priced one, the 256. Because like I'm gonna be honest. Like if he gets the 64, I don't know how much I'm gonna use it because like obviously 64 gigabytes. That's a lot. That's a lot of storage. But it's a matter of like how many games though. How many games? How much can I really do with that? Like, I'll still appreciate it, because it'll still be a huge buy, but it'll be a matter of, I don't know if I'm going to get as much mileage out of it. That's the whole point. I'm not going to pry, I'm not going to push. It's up to him. I think I'm showing a lot of maturity, because I, like, never ask for anything anyway, so it's like, hey, if you want to do it, go for it. And I just have a month to wait to see if he gets it or not. Bottom area too over here. Yeah, get that lattice. The trellis. We're gonna have to get the backside of this too. That's gonna be annoying. Actually, no. I'm gonna do the backside right now so that we can get it all while we're up there. Nah. I've changed my mind. We're continuing with this side. But yeah, that's the hope is that he gets the expensive one. I mean, it's like, it kind of reminds me of, like, back in the Christmas season when the PS4 came out. I distinctly remember saying to him, like, hey, this is a thing I really want. Don't sweat it if you can't buy it, because I would literally rather not have one than get one that was scalped. I have a visceral hatred for scalpers. I hate scalpers with a passion. When scalpers posted giant pictures of their scalped inventories, and then people revealed where those inventories were, I did not side with the scalpers. I think doxing, that's not great. I think you should never really dox. But at the same time, I think scalping is, like, evil. Like, it's still not great. I'm not endorsing it. But, I don't feel bad for them. That's what it is. It's like, I'm not endorsing it. I just don't feel bad when it happens to scalpers. It's like, I mean, you're going out of your way to brag that you are hoarding this. I mean, it's the same thing with, like, when people were hoarding, like, masks and sanitizer in the start of 2020. It's like, I'm not gonna feel bad if people go out of their way to reclaim some of the the really in-need supplies you're hoarding. I'm not saying that, like, a PS4 is essential materials or whatever, but, Again, I'm not in favor of the action. I'm not in favor of the person either. But it's like, yeah, like back when the PS5 launched, I was like, I would literally rather Lulu.
Or be patching.
I don't know.
Good.
All right, hang on. Let me.
Are you hungry?
Was Dad asking if I wanted something to eat? So yeah, I'm gonna try and push a bit faster through this. Shouldn't be that hard since it's just. I mean, it's there's a lot of holes, but it's like just one flat surface, so we can just swoop. Yeah. I wasn't planning on doing a third level tonight anyway, given how you really don't get a sense for how long it is without like. I mean, obviously there's like people who've streamed it themselves, but it's like my experience was like watching Markiplier play through this, and obviously those are cut down. So now I'm realizing, wow, these are really long. Yeah, from a distance, that really does not get it out. There we go. There's the retaining wall and fences are all. Alright, so now it's just the steps. It's really bad with PC parts like CPUs and GPUs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Because I know something that really drove that shortage was like when, like, cryptocurrency mining and those giant farms. Almost done. My girls can't wait to get out there. Like, I know that really drove up the price. Yeah, it's like I would rather have no PS5 than one that was scalped. Like, I don't want, like, I especially don't want my dad. Oh, I missed that one, I guess. I don't want him paying this, like, super inflated price for my sake. It's especially since it's like, what games does the PS5 really have? I know there's a joke of like the PS5 doesn't games. It has like four, like what, like four games that wait fence post. Which fence post? Which fence post still has to get done? This one. There. Now we just 20%. It's all patio. Yeah, all right, let's start. Let's mark our first line. Remember several hours ago, or no, I guess like an hour ago when we were over here. Remember then? Look at us now. Look at that. I'm glad I saved this for last. This is a good last. Finish. Just look at that. Alright, there's kind of a line here from when we were doing the doghouse, so let's let's brush ourselves a line right here. It's like let's break it up into segments so we know what we're getting into. I think we can no the short extension. You just use normal. I think we're not necessarily tackling a bunch of short ranges anymore. We're getting like normal range. About 7 months older than me. November 2002. Wow, yeah. Nice, nice. I feel like being a 2002 baby specifically is always interesting. Because it's like, you know, especially in America, being a 2002 baby is always weird. Because it's like, you know, a specific um, world trade related event, I suppose I'll put it. It's like, yeah, hey, I am among the first generation, or yeah, I guess the first slew of children who weren't alive for the emergency responder number of day. And it's like, it was always weird. Yeah, this is what we're talking about in the final moments. Because I know one thing that always, like, caught me up in, like, history classes is, like, whenever we'd have sections where we're talking about, like, that day, and having just, like, zero connection to it. You know, I was still in the oven back then, you know? Like, I understand it's an important event for the history of this nation, but also, what does that have to do with me? I wasn't around, I wasn't alive. All that. I was still swimming around. It's always weird to think about. Sections. Section. Look at that grime go away. Look at that percentage number increase. My mom's birthday was on the day. Oh. Ooh, that's rough. That's pretty rough, not gonna lie. You know what? On a lighter subject, you know what else I've really gotten into like watching? Um, Aside from like obviously the Quentin reviews, mega mini series. The thing that got me to like, it ended up getting me into like Keenan Carlisle. Uh, if that name is less recognizable, that was the guy who did the videos on Lab Rats, Mighty Med, and the crossover show that resulted from it. And honestly, thinking about that, the thing that it got me thinking too is like, okay, so now we need a YouTuber to blow up from doing a mini series. That's okay. I'll be on a bit. A mini series that's like a retrospective on a Cartoon Network series of two shows that ended up crossing over, but I have no idea which one those would be. Like, can you even think of a permanent crossover, or like a series that permanently crossed over, only to be canceled after one season on Cartoon Network? I can't. Okay, we're gonna go a bit more loosey-goosey with this. The table really changed how we're playing with this. Also, food is ready. So I guess this is just generally cleaning up around the table then. Far less satisfying, but oh well. I find some sections that have been artificially made. You know, we can do a little cut off here. There. I'm gonna hope that the areas that we partitioned are gonna be enough. To get the auto clear at 99. That's gonna be really rough if we've just gotta start pressing tab and scrubbing around to the best of our ability. And we're at 96, we're getting there. And there, we're getting real close, chat. Seeing all these specs. Alright. I don't know if this is enough, but we'll see. That part. Oh. Maybe. We'll see, chat. We're about to see. It's 8 p.m. for me. It's 9 p.m. for me right now. I'm in Eastern time. That makes you in Central. 99 chat. We're gonna get to do it. Let's go! Hey Doc, Cal here. I've got a job for you over my folks' bungalow. And you can fit it in. Look at that. Let's see this cleaning. Hours of work summarized just like that. There we go. Ooh, those look very big. Well, chat, let's switch over. Right out of the game. I think I've played other games. I've played Noida and I've played Golf with Your Friends. They're essentially the mystery options. The mystery options are essentially, I'm just gonna play a game I feel like playing. Because, Payday Achievement Hunting, we've done 15 episodes of that. Minecraft, that's more of a will of the people sort of thing. I might add PowerWash Simulator to the list, since it's an easy, consistent game. We know what we're getting. It's a nice, chill thing to do. We'll see. I'm gonna go eat dinner, chat. Thank you for tuning in. Glad you were able to vibe. Do I have a friend that's live that I can send y'all to? Let me see really quick before we all disappear. Let me see. Subscriptions, they show if anybody's live. No. Alright. I'm going back in the box. You to all and to all, good night. What's up, everybody? Bye.